And welcome back from that short break. And my guest is still here with me. And like I did say, he is Aliyu Ilias. He is a customer experience expert. And just before the break, Dr. Ilias, you were talking about the importance of the customer service week. And I remember you said that customers are important because without a customer, there is no business.
So that's really a good foundation for why you must have a department or unit for customer service. You don't have business without department for customer, because people definitely have reason to ask questions, discuss a lot of issue with you. Perhaps they need to know about what they want to buy, and it's only the customer service department or unit or customer service head or officer that can actually attend to that. And looking at apart from that, also we also want to celebrate these people that attend to customers, because when we say customers, we are different customers. You don't tell me that it's everyone that goes to bank to save money that is better than the teller in the bank. No. So people abuse these people as well, and they need to endure a lot of things because of the company. So this is why you need to celebrate these people. And if you look at today's, this year theme for customer service week is what we call is power of service. Now, if you look at power of service, it means a lot. That's why you see businesses in Nigeria will start business within 5 years, they're packed up. It's because they lack the necessary customer service people to man that company, which is very, very key. So have a bad customer service is as good as losing the company itself. So they are doing a lot to make sure customers keep coming to their organizations.
Okay, let's talk about customer service as a whole in Nigeria, not just within the public space, but also in the private sector. How far would you say we have come so far? I understand you said the customer service week celebration started as far back as 1991 in the United States. But of course, we've seen Nigeria adopt the customer service week. So how far would you say we are doing and we have done? Have we scratched the surface at all?
Well, let's chronicle it back as far back as 9 years that we came to the business of customer experience in Nigeria. When we came in, it was not as good as this at all, because we need to do a lot of advocacy, tell companies why they need to be celebrating this, why they need to put things in place. So if you ask me generally, in fact, let's even look at the theme for this year. We talk about power of service. It talks about the challenge of COVID and how people have celebrated or changed the style of service delivery by customer service. So if you look at that, Nigeria has it. I think I will score Nigeria 30% because we are still coming up, because companies are still not saying it. The only thing that is teaching companies to know how to serve people now is because of purchasing power. So Nigerian purchasing power is getting reduced. Consequently, people are looking for value for money. So because of value for money, if you don't have good customer experience, good customer service in place, people will leave you and go to other companies. So now everybody is trying to come up, because if you don't serve me well and I have alternative, show me any goods or services in Nigeria that does not have alternative. So because of that alternative, I would decide to leave you if you're not serving me well and move to. And like I said earlier, the cost of retaining customer is very cheap if you can maintain me, but to acquire me, it's pretty difficult. So Nigeria as a whole, I think we need to do more. In fact, let's even look at it from even public sector. So how well are we being handled by public sector? How well are we being handled by private sector? And let's just talk about international organizations. And that's why any company that is foreign in Nigeria tend to value the power of service delivery, and they tend to serve people right, and people tend to move to them, and they enjoy our service. Because people, when we talk about service delivery, it talks about 4 to 5 things. You talk about turnaround time. When you say you are giving me good service, turnaround time is very, 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 very key. And when you look at turnaround time, it simply means if I come to your banking hall, if I come to your premises, how many minutes, how many hours will I spend before I will get the service? Another thing is process. Process is very, very key. If I'm getting anything from it, does it take me 3 days, 2 days, 4 days to solve a particular challenge, or how do I get to buy from you? So if you can look at all these things, you discover that service delivery in Nigeria is still very, very low compared to international standards.
But you just called Nigeria barely 30%.
30%, yes,
and that is quite poor in my view, because I wonder, is it that we don't know the basis of having good customer service delivery, or we know these things but we just don't implement it? What then is the problem?
I think it's more of a structure. We know what is good, but we find it difficult. It may look expensive to put up a good customer experience, but in the long run, you are going to benefit it in full. So most companies in Nigeria try to really dodge a lot of things that they're supposed to put in place to give people good experience. I mean, good service delivery. And if you see companies doing well, I don't want to be mentioning them. If you look at those that are doing well, they invest more in service delivery, in excellent customer service. And by doing so, you don't only invest even in the infrastructure alone, you need to invest on the people that are serving. And that's why this week is very, very important. It's a week for you to invest, to do more for people that are serving people, because a happy employee is going to be a happy customer service representative.
When you say invest more in the people that serve customers,
Right.
Are you referring to trainings? What exactly do you mean by invest?
Well, there is this challenge that we have in space of customer experience. We think you can just pick someone anywhere to come and man customer service desk. It's pretty difficult. It's two different things. That you are very nice does not mean you be a good customer service person, because you need to take through a lot of things. Perhaps if you look at other sectors, or like banking, for example, they don't get people directly to customer experience. They want you to be marketer, from marketer, they take you round before they now. It's my good for experience, but it does not mean that person have the requisite experience, knowledge. So it's beyond let me just, because you are here for 1 year, come and be customer service staff. It's just two different things, because it has to do with psychology, face-to-face customer service experience, delivery method, attitude, a lot of, in fact, your customer service staff may bring legal issue for you. So you must be able to train these people, educate them, and let them be professionally handled. So that is just the difference. If you go to banks now, you see that everybody is greeting you. Good morning, sir. Welcome, sir. It's not that they are so nice or kind to greet you. It's because they do not know who is checking them. And that's why we need to put tools in place to ensure excellent service delivery.
Let's talk about good product knowledge. I mean, you've had cases where people call certain companies and speak with their customer reps and ask certain questions, and these people don't have answers. How important is it? Let's talk about formal trainings. How important is formal training, and maybe imbibing or giving these people as much knowledge, especially with regards to the products that they are selling or whatever service they are selling? Is formal training important? And if it's not, what other options can be used in place of formal training?
You see, one of the tools to measure customer experience is product knowledge. Imagine, I want to buy something and I need to query, because we have high touch customers and we have low touch. So these low touch are people that are well versed in what they want to buy. Why these high touch people are people that will continue to query you how valid it is, where did you register it, does it have NAVDAC number, is son certified. This kind of people will ask you questions. So the person who is manning this customer service desk need to have very good knowledge of that product, the expiry date and a lot of things. So most companies even miss it, because for me, if I call you and I make inquiries about the product you want to sell to me, and you find it difficult to even explain the product, I will definitely go to your competition. And that's the advantage some competition have over some companies. If you don't have good knowledge of your service, like I said, turnaround time, process knowledge, attitude is very, very key as well. So product knowledge is very, very essential. If you have all the knowledge of customer experience and you don't have knowledge of product, it's a problem. And that's why you see that most companies, most organizations, their call center, may not even be around the vicinity of where the companies reside. You could have a company in Abuja and your call center is in Sokoto, because you think that's the best place you can have people to man. And that's why outsourcing is also taking the lead in customer experience now, because of adequate product knowledge. People now have low purchasing power, and because of that, people want to ask more questions, query you about what they want to buy, the validity, a lot of things. Perhaps we have a lot of alternatives to buy from. So why do you want me to just buy, or you need to tell me? And look at it, some people think it's marketing. Now, if you market, and there is no retention for that customer, is a problem. So the major thing for you is your ability to retain. If you market me, I buy from you for the first time, and I discover that what you sell to me or how you sell to me is a mess, because I'll forget what to sell to me in the long run, but how do you sell it to me? So if it's a mess, I will not return back. I will definitely go to your competition and buy from them.
You're talking about customers now. I understand that there are internal and external customers.
Right.
Are there different approaches, like from the point of view of the customer representative? Are there different approaches to meeting the needs of the internal and external customers, or is it a one-way, one direction sort of
when
approach?
you see a customer come into a company and smile out, is a function of the internal customer service. Now, every employee needs to be well handled, well treated before he can deliver same thing outside. So for instance, if the director of admin is having issue with director of finance, who suffered it is the customer in the long run. So we always emphasize for companies that make sure your internal customer service is well organized, well trained, well packaged, well branded. If they are well, it is what happened internal that is going to come externally. So that's why we say that you need to train your staff. One, if you have a customer representative who speak on top of his or her voice, it has meaning to people. It means the whole job of that company is on that person's heads. If you also have a staff who speak with very low voice, it simply means it's not well remunerated. You know, so these are the things that you need to look at from customer perspective. So if you handle your internal customer service very well, it's going to reflect and give you good outcome, and you see that in your return on investment. So it's good to invest on customer service staff. Very key.
Okay, let's talk about the theme for this year, which is the power of service, which you've already mentioned.
Yes.
The power of service. What does this theme mean, and what sort of message is it trying to send out to businesses and customers as a whole?
The theme for customer experience for this year is power of service. Now, if you look at the challenge brought by COVID-19, it makes people to work remotely, whereby you have to work from your house. So there is some consequence that arise from that. If you are working from home, remember you have family to cater to. Your children might be disturbing you. You know, a lot of maybe power is not stable in your house. So, and people still muster all this challenge and still serve the customers right. And that's what really bring about the powers of service. People have endured a lot. Customer service representatives especially have endured a lot. Because of COVID-19, customers even abuse the customer service representative psychologically. You know, it may not be physical abuse now, it's psychologically. Because of the trauma people are going through, they also try to transfer that aggression to, and people still muster it and still serve as they're supposed to serve. So if you look at that, perhaps the work of customer service staff as beyond even selling to you now. You need to bring it to a neutral state because of the challenge globally, and make sure become your friend, you know, be cheerful and discuss a lot from you, so that you can even take some burden away from you, and before they will now sell or try to retain you. Perhaps a lot of company loses a lot of customers during that period, because if I'm to buy physically, I have to change remotely, and I need to buy maybe virtually. So people have really, customer service representatives have really tried to adjust from the usual way of delivering service to unusual way, and they did it perfectly. So they deserve to be celebrated. And this is why this choice of power of service was choosing. It was on that background that it was choosing. And for Nigeria too, you know, we have our share of COVID-19. I'm sure we are still struggling. Most people still work remotely now. So how well are they doing it with the challenge of having your family? If you are a mother, you have your children, and because they see you, they want to call you. If after you lock the door, they are still behind waiting for you to come. So a lot of challenges, and that's why they need to be celebrated.
And it's a week-long celebration, a week-long event. Okay. From someone who probably owns a business, what ideas and tips can be infused in celebrating either the customer service rep or your customers this week? Like
I usually said, to delight your customers or to give a good customer experience does not cost an arm or a leg. It could be an SMS, well thought through SMS. We appreciate you buying from us. Thank you for being our customers all this while. You know, thank you. You know, you could also do a card. Once they comes in, you hand over that card. If you go to some banks and some organizations, they have a cake. So when you just come in, you go in there, cut your cake, and go. You know, different things. So you have to look at what fits in. It's not a one size fits all. Look at what fits in for your own businesses. You get what you can give out, but make sure you give out a gift, no matter how small it is. A gift could also be a card. A gift could be, maybe if I'm buying 2 before, add 1 to it for me. It's delightful, and I appreciate that. So, and also for airline, you can even decide to say, if you are on the economy, come and sit on the business class. It's very, very interesting. If for maybe electricity or something, you can add maybe 1 unit or so. So it's something very, very easy to do, but you need to look inward. Celebrate people from what they buy from you. It's as simple as. You can also have in your company candies. When people come, everybody pick what they want to pick and they go. Perhaps what is even more key is for you to design your environment. Your ambience must show that it is customer service, which is very funny. If you come to your ambience, if you come to your physical environment and we don't see those things that shows that we are welcome, it's a special week. So every company must make it special for their customers and for their customer service staff.
I was going to say that, because all you have mentioned are directed towards customers.
So they need to celebrate the customer service staff. Very, very key. They need to celebrate them and let them know. Perhaps there could be a game. It could be a gamification method. It could be a direct gift to them. So you know how to celebrate. And perhaps the world is changing. When we say customer service representative, it's changing now. People that comes into your structure wouldn't know who is customer service representative. If I see you go, I say, excuse me, I want to buy. So it's now from the janitor to the managing director. Everybody should be a customer service representative, because you are representing your brand. If you're an accountant, you're representing your brand. So if you're marketing, you're representing your brand. So people don't want to know who is customer service. Once they see you, they believe they can ask you any question concerning your organization. So I think customer service reps should be celebrated, and the ambience should reflect it is customer service week. Very key.
Are there any outreaches or any forums that you might be organizing, you know, for people who are interested in knowing more about customer service and the customer service week as a whole?
All right, thank you for asking. Customer Service Awards Limited has been organizing Nigeria Customer Experience Management Conference. This is the 9th edition. So in this conference, we bring people together to tell them the contemporary and trends in customer experience, what you need to know, how you need to know, and a lot of seminars will be going on. This year's theme is designing human-centric customer experience in Nigeria, because most people just go to abroad and copy what they are doing there. It might not be applicable to Nigeria. So we need to look inward, ideate. So at this conference, we'll be ideating different method of managing customer experience in Nigeria, you know, for different sectors of the economy. So this one is going to be on Thursday, 7th October at the Envoy Hotel, Diplomatic Drive in Abuja. It's always Abuja, Lagos, but this edition is going to be Abuja. So come in and you learn a lot of things from experts. In fact, we have different organizations coming together to dissect and discuss a way forward. Perhaps if you get your customer experience right, I assure you, you also find it easy at your bottom line. You make more profit. Good customer experience, more profit, because people want to get more experience. They want to get value for what they buy, and how you give to them, it's very, very key. So bring in your customer experience staff to learn and know more about customer service from contemporary people that have knowledge of customers, both international and local.
But is this week only designed to celebrate customers and customer service representatives, even though you said that right now not one person is a customer service rep? How about rewarding companies who have over time, you know, given out good customer service as a whole? And can we, this also a time, would you recommend that people call out customers who do not give customer service, good customer service? Because I know in the past we've seen people call out companies on Twitter or on social media as a whole. Do you recommend that?
Yes, at this program as well, we have what we call Nigerian Mystery Shoppers Provider, NMSP, partnering our company. So this NMSP is a mystery shopping company who goes around and look at best of the best customer service. They don't only get this things, they go to that company and feel and experience it. So based on this, we now have best customer service organization in banking, best in insurance, best in fast moving consumer good, best in superstore, best in airline. This research has been going on since last year October, so it's a year in, year out, and the report will be delivered and share with the public on 7th October. So it's a very interesting thing, because we look at about 5 things. We look at the process, we look at the turnaround time, we look at the attitude, we look at the ambience. So all these things come together for us to know who is actually serving Nigeria right. Perhaps Nigeria have nominated over time. So the portal is always on. You go there, you nominate who you think is best. We don't only use that nomination. We also go physically to see who is actually doing Nigeria best, who is giving Nigeria best of experience. And like I said, over the time, since 9 years, we have people, and perhaps, funny enough, a company has been winning their sector since the inception of this awards up till now, because they keep on delivering excellent customer experience. So the reward is there, and they also reckon with it. In fact, most companies will even call you that, can we be the winner? We say no, you cannot be the winner. It's by people and by our research that will show that you are the best. So I think we don't want to compromise that.
How then do we encourage those who do not take customer service as seriously as others? I mean, this week, is there something set out for this group of companies, you know, some sort of encouragement to this companies?
The conference is open for them to come and learn how to delight their customers. However, they will be out of business very soon. If you don't serve people very well, people get to increase their knowledge of things every day, you'll be out of business. I have a lot of companies who we consulted for, and we told them that in the next 5 years you'll be out of business. I tell you, not 1, not 2, not 3, they're out of business. Because by the time you do, you know, Nigeria are very good in one thing. They will not tell you are doing well, but do bad. They will tell, one person will tell 9 person will tell a lot of people, and before you know it, started telling on your business, and before you know, you're out of business. Your competitions are always happy when you are doing bad service. Yes, your competitors are always happy when you are doing bad service, because they take over the company and take the lead of the sector. Because if you have good customer experience, you take over the market share and wallet share of that sector, which is very key. So if you're not doing good customer service, please go and put in place a structure, because it's a structure that will give you good, bring out good experience. So if you don't have a good structure on ground, consult wide and get that structure in place, because if you are not doing it, you'll be out of business. I'm sure you are even struggling. If you don't have good customer experience giving to people, you are struggling in your business.
When you say structure, what are you referring to? For instance, a media organization like ours,
yes,
what structure do we need to put in place to be able to give good customer service?
It's just to look at what we measure in customer service. Look at your turnaround time, look at your process, look at your ambience, look at attitude of your staff, because people don't come to this structure every time. They meet your staff on the road. How do they attend to people? So these structures have how you need to put them in place. Then periodic check is very, very key, and also training that will bring out the best out of people. People are not naturally nice unless there's a tools that is making them to bring out the best of them. And that's for service delivery.
I'm glad you said that customer service has evolved in Nigeria, even though you rated Nigeria 30%.
Yes, it's moving. It's a gradual move, because with the research we do, the research helps us to rate and get to know where Nigeria is presently. So it will be unveiled on Thursday as well, where we are presently and which sector is doing well, which one is bringing us back. In fact, we take our time to also look at people that drop their phone number. If you go to every organization, they have phone number. We try to call thousands of companies. You discover that it's just there for that. They don't even answer those calls. Perhaps a lot of numbers are not even going. So these are the research we have carried out, and we discover that companies just have those numbers for dress sake, not for people to get across to them. Perhaps if someone eventually pick it, it is somebody who do not have product knowledge of the organization.
Where do you see customer service delivery in Nigeria in the next 10 years? Do you see an upward trend? Or do you expect for us to, remain in the same level that we currently are in?
I see it's moving across 50% because of one thing. People will not use price to buy things very soon. It will be the experience they want to get. So if I want to go to a particular superstore in Nigeria that you know, I'm not only going there because of how much I'm going to spend, I'm going there because of the ambience and the experience. So people will tend to move towards, like in the Western world, people don't look at price. They look at the experience they get from that. If I'm putting on a dress, a designer dress, it's not the amount but the respect that is attracts to me. So if you are a tailor and you are sewing a cloth for me, it's not the amount I'm actually paying for you to design that dress. If I wear that dress, how fit it is, what experience does it give me? Do I have that? That's why people keep patronizing one person for a whole lot of upward of 10 years, because it keep giving them a good experience. So if you give good experience, people will be loyal to you and you see it in your investment. Very key.
Okay, just before we go, Doctor, I'd like you to give your final words to our viewers about the Customer Service Week.
Right. Every organization needs to take Customer Service Week to be very, you have to celebrate Customer Service Week. Every organization to celebrate Customer Service Week by doing what? Make sure you appreciate your staff that are doing well over time. Make sure you also design your environment to reflect this. It is Customer Service Week. And thirdly, reach out to your customer one after the other. The world is better now. An email can just do that at a go. You can call them. You know, even calling them is much more human. Maybe there was a time I went to a particular bank and they said the MD want to speak to everyone. If you want to speak to the MD, go and pick the phone and call the MD for a particular day. Very interesting. You know, it gives you sense of confidence that so I'm being valued at this organization. It's very, very key. So make sure you celebrate your customer. It's very, very key. Perhaps it's not only product or services. We can also share it within ourselves. You also give me experience, I give you experience. So let's keep celebrating ourselves. Very, very key.
Indeed. Let us keep celebrating ourselves. And if you're out there, celebrate your customers, celebrate your staff. And in the spirit of the Customer Service Week, reward companies that are doing well and encourage companies not doing so well to improve. Thank you again, Dr. Ilias, for coming on the program today. Such an insightful conversation, I must say.
Thank you for having me. And happy Customer Service Week once again.
Thank you, Doctor. And this is the point where we wrap up today's edition of the program Cosmopolitan Market on the Nigeria Customs Broadcasting Network. Do join us again, same time, same station tomorrow. Again, I say happy Customer Service Week and bye for now.